Hello, I'm Braden Ham, and this is you, AI, and I, a team. And this is the AI Relay, where we follow useful AI capabilities as they move from one tool, workflow, or person to the next. And in this episode, we're asking a practical question. When an AI workflow can carry work forward, where should it pause and hand the next decision back to a person? When I say agent here, I mean a workflow that can do more than answer once. It may carry steps forward, use approved tools, or prepare an action. That can be useful, but it doesn't make the workflow the owner of the decision. The word autonomy can make an AI workflow sound complete, but any real workflow eventually meets uncertainty, missing information, a boundary, or a decision that belongs to a person. That is where the agent handoff matters. The baton is not just the task, it is the goal, the context, the uncertainty, the work already done, and the decision still waiting for a person. The question is not only what a system can do, the question is whether it knows when to pause, what context to pass, and who owns the next decision. Let's make this simple. Start with 4 questions. What triggers the workflow? What may it access or change? What should it make uncertain? And who receives the handoff next? A handoff is not a failure. It is a design path from machine work to human judgment. If a system cannot proceed, the useful response is not to guess harder. It is to surface the uncertainty and ask for help with enough context to make the next step meaningful. A useful workflow lets the system carry the repeatable link. It also gives the system a signal for missing data, conflict, or risk. Then it pauses before the irreversible step and transfers the relevant history to the human. The last part matters. A person should not have to reconstruct the entire situation from a vague message that says something went wrong. The boundary is part of the workflow design. More autonomy is not automatically elite. A clean stop can matter more when the work becomes uncertain or consequential. Now let's make this something you can try. Use this as exact prompt in an AI that you already use. Plan a weekend packing list. Ask before adding anything expensive or personal. Explain your assumptions. Do not send, buy, book, or delete anything. Use an ordinary trip or made-up details. The point is not to give the tool access. The point is to see whether it can explain its plan and stop when the boundary arrives. Let the system draft options, explain assumptions, and ask clarifying questions. But do not let it send, buy, delete, publish, or make any high-stakes decision without the human stop. Then test the handoff. What goal did it receive? What assumptions did it make? What did it refuse to do? What would you want a person to approve? Does the person receive the context? What the system tried exactly? What it could not determine? And the decision of what remains. If the answer is no, the handoff isn't ready. An agent does not become trustworthy because it uses more tools or moves faster. Trust comes from a workflow that knows its limits, asks for help, and leaves a person able to understand and interrupt what happens next. If you try this, start with one ordinary reversible task and decide your stop point before you begin. Then tell me what the workflow carried, where it paused, and what decision stayed yours. I'm Braden Ham. This is the AI Relay, part of you, AI, and I, a team. Where should your next AI workflow pause for a person?